Um, Alright, so I wanted to do just a short stream with, I don't think there's too many updates for Pandemonium right now. I was gonna check, oh, I already put it in there. Okay, so let's check the little bin here, see who has signed up for the game show here. And fuck you, assholes. You suck. Alright, well, it looks like it's just the books that I've put in here so far. So, yeah, well, maybe eventually we'll get some people signed up to this. And I knew it would take time. So it's just a matter of time before we get some people signing up to this. And I know I haven't even, you guys are, completely blind with regards to what the game show probably is. I tried to describe it, but it's going to be a place where we log in and we kind of, maybe like a sort of, how do you think about it? Like what's the best way to describe it? It's kind of like The Price is Right. No, that's not right. What would be described? Kind of. No, it'd be more like Wipeout, I think, would be a better description. But, it's going to have gold prizes so that you can get a little bit of server gold, digital server gold, to buy stuff in the hub after the game is over. And it'll consist of like different rounds, with some players making it through rounds and some being eliminated, and then the winner will get probably what is equivalent to about $5 in digital server gold, and that should ensure that you can get one of the coolest pets available, whatever one you want. Yeah, so that's that. Let's see. Anything else going on? No, nothing else new, I don't think. Let's see. I did integrate Hostile into the Hide servers. If we ever get enough people playing at one time, we could actually test the map. And then I did update the Hide hub so that you can come over here now and get into the this part of the parkour here pretty easily. I like this parkour that I did. It's pretty fun. And I figured I'd just sit here and wait for players doing the parkour as a kind of a in memory of the past. I remember at one point I said to Wild that we were all gonna be playing on a server, and it would be fun. But maybe we were already doing that at the time, and this is just me, kind of reminiscing, and that's all this really is. So there we go. So this is the parkour. It's been a while since I played. Playing a lot of Call of Duty. Fingers are a little rusty on this. I have completed this before. Just this piece of it. But, if you're bored and you want a parkour to try, here you go. You can log in and try to do this one. But, Wild was one of the players who spent a lot of time in the the Hive's hide and seek lobbies, doing the parkour, and she also liked doing the what was that game called? Trying to think of it. Something Run, I think. Can't think of it. Maybe somebody can remind me at some point what it was. You know, there was the Gravity, and then there was... What was it called? Something Run. Parkour Run is what it was. I can't think of the damn name of that game. Yeah. I do have a party games plugin that I'm going to be adding at some point, but there's, you know, it's kind of like if you can't get the pieces of the server that you want to be functioning working, then is it really worth your time investing into other pieces that there's no players for already, you know? So I feel like if what's already here can't get enough players invested into logging in and playing, then why would I spend my time doing other things to increase the availability of other things? There we go. Ah! Oh, I was gonna listen to music. Shoot, 1 sec. There we go. Where am I? So when the music stops, this will be all over. Oh, got it. Then I go this way. Oh, crap. Trying to make advancements in my Twitch streaming achievements. I'm maybe about 3/4 of the way on some of the achievements. Like if you get certain, I don't know if it grants you more visibility on Twitch if you complete the achievements or not, but you know, I'm hoping. It's kind of like, you know, because so far it's been semi-discouraging. Because it's usually see about, I think the max I've ever seen, it says I had 27 people watching me at one point, and I feel like that's incorrect. I don't ever remember having that many people watching me, but maybe I did. But if you get up to like 50 people following you, then that's an achievement towards being able to become an affiliate, I think, of Twitch. And this is not, it's a difficult jump. I know it looks easy, but it's super hard because you got to get the run just right. I'm sure advanced people doing parkour could get this pretty easy, but One of the achievements is like stream for 250 hours or something like that. I'm coming up on that in all of the time I've spent streaming. I know I switched over to YouTube for a while, streaming there. I think that was probably a huge mistake, because they are, in my opinion, they're less kind to their entry level creators. So ooh, maybe that's the trick right there. Oh. Just my screen here real quick. Here we go. Nope. Maybe I should have adjusted my screen back. Yeah, I know I could be spending time on building the game show, but it's a little bit more involved. I'm still kind of thinking in my mind of what it's going to look like. I'm thinking there's going to be some sort of, I I don't know, mini stadium that'll have a place where we all log in and meet, and then we go out to the different little game areas. Ooh. Let's see, then we go this way. Back. Oh, fuck. Rip. Rip. Dang it. This is the most thrilling stream ever. There we go. It's this way. Damn it. Used to be much better at this. No. Hold on a second. I might remind you that I'm still getting accustomed to the mouse still. It's harder to button mash when you have a bigger keyboard. And your trackpad is like, no, it doesn't exist. If you're a trackpad player, it makes it really difficult. So let's see, we're a little past the 20-minute mark here, so sometimes the stream just decides to shit right about here. So get ready for me to just disappear, and then I'll show up again. Yeah. We did it again. Okay, now we're up here. And we're gonna watch out for that. That's what I tripped on last time. Damn it. Why did I fall off that block? Son of a... But yeah, if any of you still know Wild, or still connected with her, see if she's still got the old Skype chat that I had with her. about Pandemonium. I'd like to see it again if it's available. I deleted it long ago during one of my Destructive World events? Yeah. That's what we'll call it. I'm trying not to do those anymore. Sometimes I just get frustrated with people, you know, they don't what don't they do? A lot of times they don't. It's kind of like a I was definitely this way when I was younger. You know, it's kind of like you don't know there's more to life. And so you kind of get a little bit, I don't know, what's a good word for it? Maybe retarded is a good word? Like you just don't know that there's more to learn in life than what you were programmed with, you know? Because definitely, for sure, you weren't programmed with everything you need to know just to exist when you leave high school or even college. You may think so, and that's what I get a lot of people, you know, they're struggling with life and they don't realize that they don't have all the skills and tools that they need to thrive in the world. And some of those are just, you know, how you deal with the world as it is right now. You know, others sometimes it's just people skills. Some people don't, like me for instance. I don't really like to talk much, but you put me in a chat room and I'll talk quite a bit, you know, once I'm comfortable with the people there. And I'm similar to that in real life, you know, but I'm far more talkative online in a chat room than I am in real life, just because I feel like verbal communication is kind of outdated. Not that I think that we can live without it. We definitely need it. But I think different types of communication have their. Maybe I'm supposed to go this way. That's it. Yeah. I think that jump's impossible. Is that jump impossible from here to there? No, I think you could do it. Huh. So I think I go up here and then over here. I think I'm supposed to go to this one. It's like there's a trick that you're supposed to go that way, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to not go that way. And I think you don't go this way either. Like I think maybe you can make this jump up to there, but I think you're supposed to go back from here to here to here. Like that. And then I think we go this way. And then there, here, here. And I think we go to the pink one now. Okay. Okay. Now here. Here. We've come far. Okay, now. Hold on, my hands are sweaty. I'm gonna pause. I need to tinkle. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We got joined by a pupper who's gonna bug the shit out of me, so she's probably going to bed soon. No, don't touch my stuff. Alright, here we go. Let's try it. Oh, Lordy. Okay. Just do this. Okay, now. Really? I gotta get over there? Jeez. Okay. Oh. Oh no! Okay. No, no, no. Oh. Stupid dog distracted me. That's what it is. So darn, I'm gonna blame the dog. She gave me a nasty look when I said that too. Why is that failing? So if you watch this and you know somebody who would like to participate in the game show, let them know that it's going to exist at some point, and that they should come here and sign up. Or if you know another content producer that is looking for something to have on their channel as content, and they'll also have, everybody's going to have an opportunity to, for every game, I think every game, they're going to have an opportunity to, throw a little, whatchamacallit, darn it, plug their own channels or whatever they want. So yeah, if you know a content producer that would like to have that, and like I say, it could be a while before I get that done. Who knows? But let them know. See, my aim is off. I want to aim with my fingers and not my wrist. So I guess I have sloppy wrist performance right now. This is the part where I imagine somebody saying, "Been there." Oh, I'm here. Oh. Okay, here. Son of a... See, many of these jumps are edge of block jumps, so they're, it's obviously designed to troll you. And there's always supposed to be shit in your way to prevent you from making the jump. But if you were to log in, you would find if you got 3 players, just a minimum of 3 players, that you would be able to start and actually play the game. But I don't really have players on this server. Occasionally I can get Wolf and maybe some of his friends. We may eventually do that, just have a day of hide and seek, or at least a couple hours. Maybe I'll get bored with it quickly, but we'll see. I think that'd be pretty fun though. So I've actually never played this version of hide and seek aside from like some test runs with some old people I knew. That's one of the interesting things about life. It's like you think you know somebody, but you don't. You don't. You just don't. And you sometimes never really do. And that's, that's kind of like one of the skills you need to figure out in life. That's how to deal with realizing you don't actually know somebody. And I think I never leave. Stupid purple block. I never leave it beyond somebody to grow, but I do get frustrated just like everybody else. But you know, I try to leave opportunities for people to come back and rejoin once they've grown, and I'm sure that you know, other people are doing the same with me. We all have to go through our growth periods. But as we go through them, there's some, you know, phrases that I like to use to help us get through these times, and that one of them is how does it go? You don't have to be sad. Yeah, I think it's fine to be happy, but sadness is really hard to deal with, and so you can choose to not be sad about something, even though, you know, inherently you're still gonna kind of be sad about it. But you gotta remember, it's just how it is. This is the way life panned out, and you know, like one of the hard things in my life is you know, losing my mom so early. And you know, you just get used to it. And I'm sure there's other people that have lost their parents even earlier, you know, but it's a hard thing to deal with. Probably at any age. And you have to choose who in your life is worthy of staying in it. I think it's probably the best place for those words. And you know, like my dad, he's my stepdad, and you know, I didn't know when I was younger how to deal with him, because he, you know, he knows he's not the brightest bulb on the tree, but just because he's not super intelligent doesn't mean he's a bad guy, you know. And he's been always there, which is good. And when I was younger, I used to just absolutely detest his intelligence. But as I've grown, it's, you know, you finally hit a point where you realize you're not as smart and great as you thought you were. And it helps you associate to people you maybe once didn't associate very well with, and you kind of connect at a different spiritual level with people than you used to. And he's been doing a lot of growing because I've been helping him deal with the things that happened to him when he was my age, you know, even younger. And you know, we all go through these things, and it's just kind of the way things are at the time, like I say, and it's not always going to be that way. Things change, you know. Sometimes things change for the better, sometimes they even go worse. You know, I've been at a point where, you know, I've reached what I consider to be the bottom, where I had no money, I couldn't feed my kids, I couldn't pay the heat bill, I couldn't pay the electric bill, all those things were turned off. In fact, the last money that I had was paid to keep the internet functioning so that I could pay the bills when I finally got the money that I was expecting, and for that month. And so that's how it worked. And then I was scrounging through my, you know, old gift cards looking for ones that were still valid so I could go visit some store to leverage it to buy some food for a couple days. You know, like I remember one time I went and got a meal at Starbucks because that's the only gift card that I had. It was so funny. So it really, you know, when you really have nothing, and you learn that you don't really need much. It's kind of changes your mind frame as to how to live. Hey, you finally did it. Watch me fall now. Ooh, you got back down to here at least. Perfect. Alright, one sec, my dog wants to go to bed. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Need to get some caffeine in me. Caffeine is one of those drugs, it seems to kind of, you know that feeling of crying that you get occasionally? Where you're just like, I'm gonna cry, I feel like crying. It helps to suppress that need. So, oh, that thing's fucking delicious. Alani cherry slush, yuck. You must be terrible for me because you taste so good. I like this song. Kind of talks about life. pick the wrong one? But it's true, it's good to be educated. And it speaks about how when you get to a certain amount of education that you wish you were ignorant again, because ignorance is bliss. Like, you don't realize how dumb you are and everything. And you're actually happy, at back then, when you didn't know things. I was thinking about doing a time traveling Tuesday stream, and where I was going to be doing old hide and seek recordings from way back. Maybe trying to restore interest in the game, because I honestly don't know, like, is everybody playing on Bedrock hide and seek? Because that game was trash, you know. And I suppose so is this one, but this one at least still has the potential to put back in some cool features, like the being able to move while you're hidden. Like, to me that was a core functionality of the game, and they nerfed it so bad that it made the game pretty much boring again. But it seemed like they knew to not remove it completely. And I was serious back then. If they remove, that's why I don't play Bedrock, because it's not fun. You know? Shit. You know, and maybe, you know, losing a parent isn't the thing that's bugging you in your life. Maybe it's maybe you're stuck on a partner, you know, like maybe you don't have your soul mate or whatever you want to call them. I don't know, I kind of feel like life is too short to just be stuck. I mean, there is a certain bit of I don't know, faithfulness in sticking with one person like that, but there's also a bit of insanity. to it too. So I mean, if that's your thing, like if you like being crazy, keep doing it. I mean, everybody's got their thing. But you know, you could always give it a shot with somebody else. You know, maybe it doesn't work, but just because it doesn't work doesn't mean there won't be some thrills along the way. Maybe maybe you get your rocks off a couple times, and sometimes that's just the way life is. I think for a lot of people. You know, I think some people are more the opposite of faithful. Like they really don't want any commitment to anybody because in a way that's a little bit more truly free, you know? So, I mean, kind of I'm just trying to show how you can look at the world through the white or the black eye, you know? And, you know, like by that I mean, through the white or the black eye. You know, you just apply a different lens, and suddenly the world looks a little bit different. You choose the polar opposite sometimes, and maybe it's not what you exactly want, but is the world ever exactly what you're gonna want? And more oftentimes you'll find you've got what you need right there in front of you, and you haven't really even truly learned to appreciate that when you're sitting there striving to get something that you don't have and you don't really need, you know? Because if you know, that's the main thing that I'm concerned with, like with people, you know, like I've been in a horrible relationship before, and I didn't even know it was at the time. But you can be basically a servant to somebody and think that you're in a loving relationship, and it's not that at all. You know, it's quite confusing, and it's a little bit like a spell. You know, love works like kind of like a spell, sort of. And to a person who's not powerful, but manipulative, they really know how to take advantage of that, you know, and they can just walk all over you. And you know, and they'll tell you things that you want to hear, and you'll even believe it until a certain point. And for me, it was around 20 years. 20 years of it was too much. But I hope you don't have to go through the same. So, like, you know, when you find, when you're looking for somebody and you find the right person, what I can say is that experience will probably be like, it's probably going to be the easiest thing that makes you happy more frequently than it then it makes you cry or sad or mad, for instance. Like, you should just get much more joy out of that type of relationship than anything. You know, I think there's too much of that. There's a really old culture of you stay with somebody because they because of you know, spiritual faithfulness or whatever, and that may be fine for some, but for me it was slavery, and I don't think that's good for people. And I'm not saying, you know, cheat around on your partner or anything like that either. I'm saying that if you you think about that, probably not with the right person, you know, or the person that you like isn't stepping up to the plate, and that's really for them to figure out with you, because
well, folks, time to kick it old school.
That doesn't necessarily mean there's anything wrong with you. You know, I've learned that you know, there's this old song, I think it was by The Doors. Let me see if I can find that. Hold on a second here. Pause. Let's see here. Yeah, Riders on the Storm. And let's see. Hold on. Looking for something. Here, this, and it goes for the same for both the man or the woman or whoever you're into.
Girl, you gotta love your man. Girl, you gotta love your man. Take him by the hand. Make him understand.
And I don't know, you know, what that exactly says to you, but to me that's well, it's quite literal. You gotta love your man, and vice versa. I think in the society that we live in, I think too much and too often. Oh, let's get the music going again here. We get far too distracted by the everyday life events that are just absolute nonsense and bullshit, when we should just be in bed fucking or sucking, you know, whatever it needs to be. But you need to be giving your partner what they need, and that may not be the same thing for everybody. Obviously, I just expressed what mine are. But you know, sometimes it could just be being the heavy lifter for a person. You know, maybe they're a little bit it's a good example. Oh, like when you're a smaller woman who's got a big guy in the house, like a tall guy, you know, and he's the one who does he reaches and puts stuff away up on the top shelves, you know, that sort of a thing. You know, maybe that's what makes you know, that woman feel loved. Maybe it might not be, but maybe that could be it, you know. But you know, when it comes down to like the fidelity of men, I think that for some reason there's this big stereotype on men that men will cheat, and I would think that it's pretty equal, but men have been kind of typecast in that role, that they're the ones who will do that, and I would say to anybody, any situation like that, and if the guy's cheating, you know, while he's in a relationship, then it's because you're not fucking his brains out. It's pretty simple. Yeah, I think he would probably have less aptitude to get his get his game on if you were, you know, blowing his brains out. So, you know, you could try to blame the man, but I mean, ultimately, if the man's not being loved, of course he's gonna go somewhere else. He just wants to feel loved. The same thing goes for a woman. It's really quite simple. If you want them to stay faithful, fuck their brains out. Son of a bitch, I keep missing that jump. Once upon a time, I spread a little thing over the internet through Zoomavoid, of all people. I left a comment on one of his videos, and you know, Shishwami from Hermitcraft. I left a comment, and I'm almost absolutely certain he read it, because he pretty much repeated it verbatim. But it was, you know, I call it now the rule of 10. The rule of 10 works like this. This is how you deal with oh, what's that old show? The BBC sitcom. It was Keeping Up Appearances with Iseth Bucket. And she was always a person who was basically like my ex, you know, trying to present to the world that everything is great and glorious, and it couldn't have been further from the truth. And it may have been for her that her world was great until she told me to go. And I agreed. But that show's pretty funny, because it does present how the rule of 10 should be implemented. And is it, you know, it works like, is it going to matter, is how it goes. Is it going to matter in 10 minutes? Is it going to matter in 10 hours? Is it going to matter in 10 days? Or even 10 years? And that's kind of how you judge how much anxiety you should apply to something. I think anxiety is probably the right word there. So if you're dealing with anxiety, is it going to matter in 10? Is what you got to think. And most of the times, for me, it doesn't even matter 10 minutes later about something. Now, some things, you know, like, is it going to matter if, like, what's a good example? I think maybe bills would be a decent example. Is it going to matter if I pay this bill on time? And some of them, I'd say, nah, probably, because they have late fees. But some don't. And, you know, like I just recently forgot to pay a heat bill, sort of a thing. And it didn't have a late fee or a any kind of fees. It just tacked it on to the next month. And that's fine. That worked out great for me. I just paid it the previous one, and it was honestly because I just don't have any money, you know. But it worked out, and so, you know, did it matter for, you know, 10 days later that I didn't pay it? Nope. Did I need to stress about it? Nope. Didn't need to. When I finally got around to going and paying it, when I had the money, wasn't a big deal. Everything was fine. So it wasn't worth spending any more clock cycles on. So, but that comes with education. You know, I knew that it wasn't going to matter. Even if it did have a fee, I wouldn't have given a shit. I'd have been, fine, I'll just pay it. I don't give a shit. Not paying it at that moment was much better than, you know, going out and sucking dick on the corner just so I could pay the heat bill. You know? But you can't, you know, you don't want to let that sort of mentality apply to everything, of course. You know, you do need stability, and if need be, I could have gotten the money to pay the bill, but it wasn't necessary, is what I'm saying. And that's kind of what I mean. It's you know, spend your time in the way you need to spend it. And it's interesting how we spend time, because there's a cost to it. So, and also, if there's a cost, there's also a value. So, value yourself and your time so that you can achieve a little bit more happiness. Oh, yeah. Man, we almost finished this thing too, didn't we? We were way up there. Ow! Damn it. No! Just block. Some dickhead put all these blocks in the way. No! Son of a bitch. On our servers, we do have day and night and weather enabled, so you could see a hide and seek game where you're in the middle of a thunderstorm, or it's pitch black. I mean, not, you know, pitch black, but, you know, lighting comes into play for sure. I left that enabled on purpose, because I feel it adds to the ambience of the game, which I think a lot of other servers, you know, they didn't have. I think the moodiest map that I've encountered, like back when we played on the Hive, I think the moodiest map was Space, with the dome and damn it. But I think that was mainly attributed to the blocks covering the sun, you know, which is kind of like Forest Moon. That map has a real mood to it, which I thoroughly like. I'm trying to remember who built that map with me. I feel like it was maybe Night Furian, and I think it was what's his name? people who didn't want to be here anymore. That's all. So let's see, what else is there? I'm supposed to talk about... So yeah, maybe you're stuck on a partner and they're completely unavailable to you. They don't... Maybe they even know you wanna, you know, get it on, but they're not interested. So, well, fucking move on. You know, you got no other choice. Because you're stuck. You know? You can, you know, they do say YOLO, but that's more of a doing crazy shit. I think, you know, waiting around for an entire lifetime for somebody who's completely unavailable to you is more crazy than giving somebody else a try, you know? And you never know really what oops, so fuck. You never really know what's possible in the world until you actually try it. So you can take and hear from others what's possible. But that's all programming. You know, if it's not you who's implementing what the tests are, then you're really not. I mean, oh son of a bitch, block! I'm gonna fucking take you out of the map. If you're not actually implementing the tests, how can you trust anybody these days? And I say you can't. You can't trust nobody. Especially any, companies or, anybody that's got a financial interest in anything. Nah, you're not going to get any sort of, what would be the right way to say that? Unbiased view, or even, even a perspective of best interest, for another person. There's just an enormous inadequacy of that sort of thing in this world. Nobody's really interested in the care of another, and they may say they are, but you've got healthcare commercials that are openly prescribing things that will kill you, as remedies. And you know what? I would say that the remedy is that it's going to kill you because that's what they want. Which gets over to the Pandemonium.games playlist. That's kind of what that's about. I present it in such a way that hopefully it's somewhat like real life. I think it did a decent job of that. Because there's all kinds of spells out there that you don't realize are being cast on you, and some of it's programming. Television is called programming because it's programming you, literally. It's making you think and behave and perceive in dang it, particular ways. That's kind of called brainwashing. So that hopefully, just hearing me say these things, that'll help you kind of fall out of that. And I think television has lost a lot of its power. But there's still a lot of ignorance out there. People just not choosing to learn. And I think it's probably just a bunch of naivety is what's happening. Or naivety. It's the innate trust, or the just accepting that people are going to be good to you, and the actual world couldn't be further from the truth. I remember, like, for instance, like when I was trying to get my first house, the mortgage lender was a predatory lender, where they agreed to sell us the house, or will give us a mortgage for the house, which is, mort means death, and what gedge is, the first G in the word is actually a Y, so it's a spell, right? So it's mortgage, and so like it means like wage, wage, so it's death wage, right? So it's basically, it's they expect it to be the thing you're going to be paying for the rest of your life until you're dead, right? Or it's even theoretically going to cause your death because you have to work so much to pay for it, right? And they know this. The average life expectancy when those things first came into being was matching to the term lengths of these things. Dang it! Just not getting that end of block jump there. I guess maybe this is the first video of dispelling, trying to help you help pull that veil on your eyes off. And if you're drinking, or hitting the sugar, doing the swiftness like everybody else, those things are designed to create like a brain fog. The same thing with, like, if you're taking showers in chlorine, that causes like a massive brain fog, and just a general weakness in yourself. You just have much less strength when you take a shower in chlorine, because you're being gassed by poisonous chlorine. When you take a hot shower and it's steamy, like, if you can see it, you are literally being poisoned by it. And this isn't to scare you. This is to, just be like that one song said, to educate you, like being educated. So you can choose to continue experiencing that, or not. I've chosen not to. Now I'm quite filthy, because I don't shower. But I do make distilled water, and wash myself with a washcloth every now and again with some warm water, warm distilled water. And distillers aren't too expensive. You can get one for like maybe $150, and it'll put out about a couple gallons that you can drink and wash yourself with on a daily basis. And I'd rather do that than continue putting the poison in, because chlorine, if you go to any pool in California, now they say this sign is for some other chemicals that they put in the pools, but it's not. It's for the chlorine. Because chlorine, all it is bleach. So like when people joke about how go drink bleach, well, you're all fucking drinking bleach. It's in the goddamn water supplies. Unless you're somebody who's living off of well water, or you know, has somebody intelligent in your family that is able to realize you guys shouldn't be drinking chlorine bleach. Hey, we got it. But you can go to like the material safety data sheets for these chemicals, you know, chlorine, and the other one was fluoride. And I find it interesting how fluoride has the width there of flu, you know, and how, you know, like, I wonder if they started introducing actually fluoride into the water in like around the 1900s, like 1913, you know, when the Spanish flu first came around. If that wasn't its introduction to cover up the people knowing at the time that the association of the flu was to the fluoride being added to the water. So yeah, you can, you know, they add it in at levels that are low enough not to cause acute sickness, but you know, if you're bathing in it and washing your hands in it and drinking it every day, multiple times a day, that low dose adds up, you know, especially if you're doing other things like drinking. Like if you're drinking and it's slowing down your you know, your capability to, oh shit, fuck that one up. If it's slowing down your ability to detoxify, you know, because that's what's happening when you're getting in the water. You know, you think you're cleaning yourself, and maybe you kind of are a little bit, but you know, honestly, you're just swimming in chemicals. So just like a pool. Going into a pool is the worst. Especially an enclosed pool area where the chlorine just breathes up into the air, and like you walk in, if you smell chlorine, you're being toxified. Guaranteed. That's harmful to you at that point. If you can smell it, just like if you know, it'd be kind of like cracking open a bottle of bleach and just sniffing it. Same thing. You know, and I think the same thing can kind of go for any kind of a scent. You know, you can, if you smell something, there's something there in the air that's present. You may not be able to see it, but there's definitely something there that's causing a chemical reaction. You know, and if you're breathing it, you can smell it. You know it's going into your lungs. Now, what's it doing? Because the blood is oxygenated through the lungs. So it pretty much has direct access to the bloodstream through your lungs. So, you know, that's why smoking is a thing. So if it wasn't, people wouldn't smoke because you couldn't get, you know, the toxins into the bloodstream that way. You know, same thing with like toothpaste, right? So you've got your toothpaste with fluorides in it, right? And then you've got, you know, which if you look at, I think any toothpaste container, you know, it's obviously the fluoridated ones, they'll say, if you consume too much of this, contact a poison control center, because there's literal poison in it. You wouldn't say that if it didn't have poison in it, right? Now the Food and Drug Administration, though, they're just a racketeering agency. You know, they let the companies distribute their chemical waste byproducts to the people, or, you know, through the people. Like, they use us as a disposal method, and they'll either sell it to us, or, you know, basically they sell us their waste products to dispose of them. So they make money off of both ends. So they sell us, like, for instance, I think the notorious one is the aluminum. Like, when they're producing aluminum, there's a byproduct that they, I don't remember which one it is, but I've heard that that's one of the big ones. There's a byproduct from making aluminum, and it's toxic. So they distribute it to the people through some means. I can't remember which one it is, but So yeah, they use you as like a filtration engine. And just like, you know, if you were to pour, that's why they were called earthlings, you know. So, you know, they don't want you pouring chemicals into the earth because it's bad for the environment, right? Well, so it's okay to pour the chemicals into a person because they're just like the earth. They absorb it and it gets stuck, intoxified. You know? So, don't let them poison you. Gotta be educated. But yeah, look up, you know, if you look up the material safety data sheet for fluoride, and it'll basically say one of the things that it's most widely advertised for is for the health of teeth. Well, teeth are just, you know, they're just bones, you know. They're, you know. So in its material safety data sheet, that's one of the things that it's most harmful to, is bone structure. You know, and skeletal fluoridosis is a thing. You get too much fluoride when somebody's developing and growing, and they can deform them because they're toxified to a certain degree that they can't even grow their bones correctly. And they're recommending that you put that on your teeth. And that gets back to like what a dentist is. And you know, I think there are true, honest people that who are trying to do good in the world, and just happen to have a name associated with them that I have a particular belief about. And you know, like a dentist. Well, if you look up like what's a like anytime you have an ist at the end of it means that they're like they practice that, right? Like a botanist, right? You know, they're somebody who deals with botany in the, you know, plants and whatnot. Well, a dentist, and I know that there's dental and denture, and those are the things. But when you think about it, they didn't say a denturist or a dentalist. They said a dentist. Well, someone who does dentistry is someone who dents. So they literally are people who are putting holes in your teeth. That's their job. And you know, like when you have a cavity, they don't just fill the cavity, they drill it bigger so that they can put the filling in and have the filling stay mounted. So I believe that they are, or at least originally were trained to make things worse than better. Frig. And then, you know, just like on the Pandemonium.games videos, a doctor, I believe, is somebody who has been assigned to cause change, you know, through different methods. You know, what they are is up to the doctor's discretion, but I believe that all they are originally designed to do was to change things. But those are the spells, you know. It can have one meaning, or it could have another meaning too. Ooh, we're here. Okay. No! Dang it. Uh-oh. I went the wrong way. I'm in trouble. I'm gonna hop here. Okay, alright. Do I go that way? No! Cry. Yeah, I'm not sure what I need to say to get people to log in and play anymore. I've been at this for a long time. I thought maybe a stream that said waiting for players would be blunt enough. Oh, was at the end? Guess so. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I feel like, you know, whenever I do get a viewer on my stream, what I've been doing now is I learned that I can just leave myself as the only viewer, and then I won't, I think I'm less likely to be getting other viewers now, for some reason. Because every once in a while, like, I would get this random, I don't know, like, single viewer, and I'd rather have somebody who's tuned in to watch and participate in the whole stream than somebody who just pops in for like 5 seconds and leaves. But I've noticed like that doesn't happen as much if I'm actually got my stream pulled up and watching it. So it's kind of like somebody, you know, nobody feels obligated to come and take a peek for a moment if there's somebody watching. I'm just helping to eliminate the pity views. Shit. But I did need to modify the there's this thing that it says at the bottom, like when you first log in, if you were to ever click on the chat, there's this little little blurb at the bottom about like the rules. They just put stupid shit in there. I should pull those up and just see what I put. Again, let me do that real quick. Let's see. One of the rules is if you say hi when you are watching, just so I know that you are real. Twist calls the chat Chad, so you know he's talking to you. And you are in my imagination is probably the, maybe, you know, like when I first wrote it I was like, wow, that seems kind of insulting, and it probably is. If you want, I'll remove you from my imagination. I think that's funny. Oh, then there's some other stuff that I added not too long ago. But I think I need to update that again. I can't remember what I was going to put there now. I gotta think, I'll be right back. Alright, it's supposed to say, hold on. Alright, so if you'd like Sage advice, you are watching an actual Twister Sage, comma, it can provide stuff. That seems good. Perfect. Here we go. So that's what it's going to say now for people who initially joined my chat. No, fuck! What am I doing wrong on that one? Am I going the wrong way? Maybe I'm supposed to jump from green to the corner? I thought I could do that jump before. Fuck. Oh. Why? Read it. Alright, let's go do a different area. If I remember correctly, there's no way to actually make this jump. Yeah. Shit. Sometimes I'm just a little too trolly, I think. Like you might be able to do it from a double jump, but I don't even think that works. I think I tried it once. Shit! Shit! No! Damn it! Alright, let's go to that over. I mean, I think this part of my life is like maybe some kind of punishment. I don't know. So here, we'll try to jump this. Sucked. Alright, anyway, we can get in this part here. This is where I wanted to go anyway. So there's this parkour here. Go up here, and then, let's see. Jump. No, dang it. Man, this sucked. This is definitely a parkour, and it's doable because I've done it. There we go. Damn it. Okay, there's still a possibility to get here. Nope, fucked it up. Nope. Fucked it up. And you can totally bypass this parkour too. Damn it! Why do I keep fucking this up? So this is just for the parkour enthusiast. So you have to run, jump. No. Run, no. There we go. Okay. Hey! We go here. And we go like that. And like that. Hey! We did it! And that's it. Nice. Now we're up here. And then from here, you are supposed to go into there. Into where we were before. You're supposed to go down here, and you drop in right there to the parkour. But I think we'll go this way just so we can look around. And the way you're supposed to get into this thing is through right there. That little ledge there. That will take you in here, but then you can go straight down, which... What? I'm literally stuck. This is not supposed to be here. When did I do this? I must have fucked it up. Let's go, let's go fix that on Hide 4. So that's not supposed to be there. This one? No. Where is the hallway for this? Okay. How did I screw this up so bad? Oh, right. It's supposed to be like this. You're supposed to drop, hit this, and then you gotta go this way. And then I think this is the other. Yeah. So that's there. This is like this. That's closed there. Okay, that's correct. You're supposed to drop here and then go this way. And you can go in this way, which is that from the other tube? Or no? No, what? There's supposed to be 2 paths. One is here. So this one's supposed to go over it. Right, and this one goes under it, which is confusing, but that's actually how it works. What's this? That's supposed to be there. This one works? Yes. Correct. Okay. Cool. Alright. Alright, well anyway, you're supposed to go down here. Go this way. To this. And over here is like the old the double jump, if anybody remembers it. You have to do one of those to get over to it. And yes, for some reason the development server, when I updated the plugin to the latest version, when it's not in Bungie mode, the server's not in Bungie mode with voting and all that, yeah, for some reason it's like the plugin doesn't detect that it's supposed to be active, so you don't actually get the fall protection. So if I jump, I'll die. Watch. Anyways, yeah, I don't know if that's the... I feel like the playlist should have ended by now. Is it like on... It's not on loop, okay. Well, we'll just go back and do some more parkour, I guess. Oh, and if you ever get stuck somewhere in the lobbies, there's, I think, has lobby? No, has... Okay, maybe not. Never mind. If you get stuck, you're fucked. Hopefully you don't. It's kind of sad. Having players on your server. Imagine I have a pretty decent understanding shit of what other everybody else who's running a server right now is dealing with. It's just the lack of players playing the game. I mean, they all went to Bedrock and are playing on the monetized Bedrock servers. Yeah, that was a huge money grab, by the way, from Microsoft. Well, I can successfully do that. Both times. I think once summer comes around, I can maybe pay some youngsters to participate in the games, and so that it looks like the server's cool. I'm gonna try the double jump here. Oh, you can do it! Oh! I didn't even know that. So like I said, you can completely bypass this parkour. Go up here to get to the other one. But I still don't want to do that one, so I'm gonna go down the hole. No! Oh, not this one. Shh. Crap. Okay, well there's another parkour here that I fucked up. But yeah, you know, with the that Skype conversation I had with Wild, it seemed, you know, in my imagination that we would all eventually like log into Pandy and play, and it might become a thing. But you know, such is the way with life, and you have to, you know, either be stuck on it, something, or you know, you have to realize when it's time to move on. You know, and I thought that you know, even if there wasn't a ton of players, I thought it would be still something that could be fun. I think with... Damn it, I keep screwing that up. That's way slower. I think the biggest problem is that people didn't understand the vision of what I was hoping to accomplish. I mean, I was trying to build a community of probably other, you know, people who wanted to not shit, of people who wanted to, damn it, do the same thing, you know, produce videos, and it's really difficult to produce funny videos on your own, I think, because everybody has a different sense of humor. And it's really hard to generate stories that are funny and entertaining content. You know, I think there's a lot of content out there that's just, it's not even worth your time. Oh, I'm trying to get in here. Go this way. I just, you know, it's like, you remember, well, you probably don't remember, but when I was a kid, like, the commercials and everything, it was all so, I don't know, like, it was programmed, you know, like, there was scripts and people were running scripts. And when I say scripts, I mean, like, Disgenuine. Yeah, they weren't genuine in what their words were. They were just reading what the money wanted them to read so that they could get paid. That's all. And so again, you could skip this parkour. You just go over the top of it right here, right? To get to the next phase. Which this is actually the end of it, so you go that way. But you're supposed to go along the side here. And that's where the actual parkour is. So when you make this jump, I think this, yeah, you can, so you pop out of this thing here at the top, and then you're supposed to go up this, I think? Yeah. So after you do this, you come out and you're supposed to go up. I'm trying to remember, I think you can go up this. Is it? Well, here we are again. But yeah, I think you can go up and you run along the side of it there. But yeah, if you watch this, you probably won't finish or pay any mind to it because it's probably going to be beyond your level of attention. I've noticed a lot of times the videos that are about 30 seconds long get about, 17 seconds of view time from customers. So that's kind of a depiction of what people are willing to give their time to. So if you can't impact somebody meaningfully within 17 seconds, chances are they're not sticking around for the rest of your content. So maybe that's an interesting idea. Maybe I'm supposed to have something very, very volatile within the first 17 seconds of every video. Damn it, I hate that jump! Get it wrong every time. Yeah. I wish Wild were here, because she could show me how to do this. I mean, I know I designed it, but she could figure it out again. I mean, I did it. I almost got it finished. It would just be nice to finish it on stream. Fuck. So you kind of have, another thing about dispelling and I think the big thing that I'm concerned with nowadays is quality of life. And that has to do with avoiding the chemicals and the toxicities that we are being exposed to. Those really impact our quality of life. Like when you get out of the shower, I don't know, but I have a real problem with chlorine, and I always did as a kid, and I didn't know what it was. But you know how you go into a pool and you get the bleach red eyes? It's because you're putting bleach in your eyes, and yeah, it's not good for you. So try to avoid putting bleach in your eyes. Especially if you're a kid, I would think that would affect probably your development. You might end up like me. Maybe that's a good thing. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah. But quality of life is an interesting string of words. And I really have a connection to that. And if something's, you know, impacting your capacity to find peace and contentedness, or you know, tranquility. Damn it! Like this map, this is doing that, but it's also entertaining. Hopefully, it's entertaining to you to watch me continue to fucking fall. But yeah, you know, things that interfere. Like you gotta. Sometimes you can't just go with the way things have always been going. People get far too stuck in their ways. There's a good analogy on. Oh, it sounds like the music is over. I think it is. Well, that's good. It'll cut over to what I wanted to listen to real quick here. I have to look it up. Hold on. Ill Mind of Hobson 8. This is a good song. I recommend you go listen to it. 1 second here. I was gonna play the trail end of it here. Hopefully it's not too long. I read that I can have 30 seconds worth of a piece of music as a as a little. Oh, it's too long. Well, anyway, here I'll listen. I'll have just a little bit. Here, listen to this.
Change is one of the most difficult things that we face, but change is inevitable. One reason we don't like change is we get comfortable where we are. We get used to our friends, our job, the place we live, and even if it's not perfect, we accept it because it's familiar. And what happens is because we're not willing to change, we get stuck in what God used to do instead of moving forward into what God is about to do.
There's more to that, but that I don't want to get a copyright strike. So, yeah, go have a listen to that song, and you know, focus. That's really speaking about quality of life right there, and that's more about, you know, change. But to me, it matches pretty well. You have to. You have to you have to instigate yourself the changes in your quality of life. And you know, as starters, I think I would recommend removing as much of the toxicity from your life as you can, and, you know, both personally and chemically, so that you can find a little bit of peace. And at that point, then maybe you can you know, take as much time as you need to figure out who you are and what you'd like, and then work towards that. Yeah, that's probably enough for now. Thanks for tuning in. Ciao.